took so damn long that I forgot what I was even gonna talk about, man.
All right, man. All right. I'm doing it through my phone, not with the professional cameras, but it looks pretty good.
It looks good.
It looks pretty good.
You got a super advanced camera.
I don't know, like you know, I've been going through, like, my computer just took a shit on me, but it's okay. We always make it happen. Thank God. See, just to my wife, I just want to let you know the little stuff that I order does come in handy in a hard time. That's all I gotta say, yo.
She's the only one that criticizes him.
Yeah. All right, man. It's your boy DJ Heck One, and to my right.
What up? It's your boy King Lewis. How y'all doing, baby?
Y'all already know you are logged into You Know Podcast, and today's topic is going to be
mental health.
That's right.
Mental health. It's a serious thing, man. We're gonna be touching into a lot of topics like anger problems. We're gonna be touching into like addictions, all of that.
Just all the ways that mental health, addictions, man. Mental health and addictions. Addictions can mean anything. Pain. Man. You could be addicted to pain. You could be addicted to porn. You could be addicted to drugs. You could be addicted to
anything.
Some type of feeling. You could be addicted to wiping your ass too much.
Or working too much. You know
what I'm saying?
Addiction is a thing too.
And I think I got addiction on that, and I think I need help on that.
To wiping your butt too much?
Like I waste so much tissue that I'm fucking up my ass.
I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's just being super clean.
No, but I mean that's a problem though.
No, because you don't want dingleberries.
No, I understand that you don't want dingleberries, but it's a big problem. Like, I will wipe to a point that, like, my ass hurt. Is that because that's considered addiction? wait, hold up. I'm talking serious. Is that considered, like, I need to talk to somebody about that? Is that like a mental thing or?
If you have hemorrhoids, yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about hemorrhoids.
Oh, you didn't want to say that part.
We ain't talking about hemorrhoids.
Oh, you didn't want to say that part.
But that got nothing to do with mental or addiction, bro.
Look, guys, in all seriousness, for real, to start off with the topic, I'm gonna give you an example today. We got here to Black Point Arena. It's a beautiful day. It's a very, very windy day. So I'm hoping, once again,
very
the
windy.
wind does not interfere with the mic. So if you
it's
can't
okay
hear us
though. It's okay. We can do it.
We're absolutely sorry about that. But we're trying to expand how we use this podcast. We're trying to make it portable. So we're not always inside the studio. You guys get to enjoy the beautiful, the place behind us. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
The whole scenery, water and all that stuff, which is the best place. To go if you ever want to meditate, you feel me? If you want to bring a family member, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever, come over here, man. Just release over here, breathe, meditate, man. That's one of the many things that people need to do when it comes to your mental health, is just something as simple as learning how to just listen to your breath.
That's right.
What comes along with that is being in the moment, man. A lot of people have a hard time being in the present moment, and the reason being is because there's so much information today that we consume from social media and from a whole bunch of other things, man, that our minds are just all over the place now, man. We're thinking everything, we fear the future, and sometimes we're often stuck on the past, and even something as simple as the news. You watch the news, there's always something bad going on, there's always something negative, and it really just it makes us lose faith in humanity, and because of that, it leads to a lot of negative emotions, you feel me? A lot of feeling of confusion, and I'm saying this because I know this firsthand. We've been in going through just a wave of emotions, man, a lot lately, man. It's really hard times for certain people.
I deal with that. I deal with that now. I deal with it now, man. Because
I know every day is like a battle.
Every day is a battle for me, man. I don't know if you new on this podcast and you watching my channel, man. I'm an alcoholic, so you know what I'm saying.
He's a recovering alcoholic.
Yeah, I'm a recovering alcoholic. Yeah, you will always be an alcoholic. You will always be alcoholic. That's
so they know you don't drink alcohol.
No, it's okay. I'm saying it right. I'm an alcoholic, and every day is a challenge, man. And man, let me tell you, if I didn't have somebody to talk to, or if I didn't have this podcast, because this podcast helped me a lot, man.
Would you say it's
definitely my therapy.
Escape? Or like your therapy, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah, because
for me too. Honestly, it is for me too.
It's going on a year now that I've been sober, and man, it's hard. Man. It's hard. Thank you.
How do you feel about that?
I feel great. I wake up every morning feeling great.
did you ever feel like you would get to this point when you first started off, when you first came out from AA?
Man, I don't even think I would have been here.
Wow.
Because I was to a point I was just drinking too much. I was drinking too much.
Yeah.
And time flew, and the same thing with you, like you were saying, you know, if it wasn't for this podcast, you probably see yourself somewhere else, man. You know what I mean?
So what we were talking about off the camera was this podcast really helped a lot when it comes to learning how to open up to people. You feel me? Learning how to have conversations that can go into a place where you get to like an understanding. We get to talk about almost anything, but more importantly about the things that matter. Like we are a entertainment podcast, so we're gonna have episodes where it has nothing to do with mental health. It really sometimes it's just for the laughs and for the giggles. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that. I stutter a lot, by the way, too. So please get used to it. But we are gonna have episodes where we speak about mental health and self-help, and because believe it or not, man, a lot of people need that. You feel me? I need it a lot. I used to have, and I still do, I used to have anger problems, man. I used to, and the reason being is because I just didn't know who I was. I was always confused. I didn't understand myself. I didn't understand anything around me, and I took my anger out on the wrong people. And that led to burning a lot of bridges, man. But it's called self-infliction. You feel me?
Yep.
You're just putting yourself through things that you don't need to. There's a saying is that, no matter what goes on the outside, like out here, internally, if you're all right, then that's what matters the most.
That's right.
You always focus on how you feel internally. You feel me? Because that's what matters. Is where your mind is at. My mom told me, she's like, your body's like a house, right? That's your structure.
That's right.
You feel me? That's and your mind right here, that's your roof. If you have a leak in your roof, or you have parts of your mind that you're not using, or that's just like not all there, then your foundation is not gonna be good. Your structure is not gonna be steady. You feel me? And that's gonna slowly leak into your internal.
That's right.
And that's what people are gonna like see, because people could read your energy. People could feel your energy. Listen, man, a lot of people work now these days. Every day we have to work. Every day we have to wake up to the same thing.
And deal with the same bullshit.
Thing, man. The main problem now is people. Some people don't like to deal with people. I have a hard time dealing with people sometimes, man. But you gotta understand that this is a life that we have to live. Now, internally, if you feel like you're a slave to the system, then that's how you're gonna feel. But if you see it in a different point of view, like if you're happy, if you're satisfied that you're alive another day, and you get to live, and you have a roof over your head, and you get to eat, you feel me? Then I promise you'll see life a lot more differently, man. It's something as simple as this, coming over here and making a podcast about it. You feel me? And enjoying the view, the water, man. This is what's given to us for free.
Yep, and we don't take full advantage.
We never take advantage of it, man. This is the best thing to do, is just come out here and enjoy what God gave to us, what the universe has given to us. And we get so caught up in all the BS that's going on around us, and all this information that's all that we're consuming every day, that we forget about little moments like this, man.
That's right.
And we tend to lose ourselves. But if I could tell you that even in losing yourself, there's still a little bit of light in there. There's still a little bit of faith. Then see it that way, because you can only lose yourself, until you get to a point where you have to change your mindset. You have to shift the way you think, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to survive out here.
That's right. Yep. And don't let things get too overboard, man. If you have to walk out,
like overwhelmed, right?
Yeah, if you go overboard with the situation, it's gonna overwhelm you, right?
Yes.
And then you're gonna cause you to do some stupid shit. Like, look, for example, man, I'm gonna give a quick sample.
Yeah.
Not trying to put, sometimes I have family problems, right? Those family problems, I didn't see it. What's crazy is I never saw it the way it is now when I was drinking.
Yeah.
So it hits me harder now because I'm sober.
Clutch.
Yeah,
drinking was your way of not feeling.
Right. So so what happens is it fucks with my mental, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, damn, man, I'm about to just fucking go have a drink and not give a fuck about shit. Don't do it.
Do you still have thoughts like that when
Who, me?
when if you're speaking to your family or whatever the case may be, and you're feeling overwhelmed by emotions, do those negative thoughts like try to creep up sometimes?
Negative thoughts always creep up on me every day, but you gotta have a mental that's strong, that you know that you don't want to go through, and then you also gotta think about what it could cause, right? So that one little drink, if I end up going back to drinking, man, it entitles me to losing a lot.
You won't, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But my mental and I wanted to quit. See, there's a lot of people, they don't want to quit. If you didn't want to quit and you quit for a little bit, and then you ain't talking to nobody about it, you ain't getting no help for your mental, you know what I'm saying, your physical, then you're gonna go back to doing the hell what you was doing, drinking or doing drugs or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, it's not easy, man. And I know people that sit there and they hurt themselves as an addiction and as a mental, like it's mentally messes with them if they don't hurt themselves.
It's like a slow death.
Yeah, like no, like they will get mad, they will go in the bathroom and hurt themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, listen, talk to somebody.
Yeah, man. People, and that's the main problem is, people bottle it up.
Yep.
What he said there, which I think is very amazing, is that over time you built this inner voice in you, and I'm a very spiritual person, so I believe that inner voice that you've had in you, you've always had it, but it wasn't as loud as it is now. That inner voice to us is what we consider God.
That's right.
That's the good positive energy that we feed off of. You feel me? What people don't understand now is that even in temporary, like, people take temporary defeat and they see it as permanent failure. If you're going through at any point in your life right now through a moment that feels like you're drenched, like you're overwhelmed in just emotions and you feel defeated, I'm telling you right now, it's temporary. It's God testing you. He's putting you to the test and he's testing your strength. And that's with people. That's with any situation you're going through life. It could be through relationships. It could be through it with any like addictions that you have. Anything. It's temporary defeat. All right. You can't allow the negative emotions to overcome you. You feel me? You need to have that balance where you have your inner voice that speaks to you, and you need to tune out everything else that doesn't matter.
That's right.
And tune in to that inner voice that's telling you got this. You feel me? It's a part of your faith. It's faith overall that you have to hold. You feel me? Because if you let go of your faith, then you're letting go of yourself.
And if you ain't religion, then it is what it is. You don't have to believe in one higher power to get yourself right. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. You don't have to be religious.
You could be not religious. You could be watching this podcast right now, and it might help you in a way of, hey, these people, they go through the same thing. Like, and nobody perfect in this world. I don't care what anybody tell me. Everybody go through what they got to go through. But the thing is, there's a lot of people that don't seek help. They don't seek help in a way like, to speak to somebody.
And that's a choice.
And all that. Yeah, exactly. And
you may feel like there's no one around you. Once again, we don't know everyone's circumstance, so we can't speak for everybody. But what we can say is that there's always someone out there that's willing to listen and that can help you.
That's right.
You just have to allow yourself to get to you have to pick yourself up. All right?
Yep.
Unfortunately, not everybody has someone to talk to.
That's right.
That's where you have to build that inner voice. You have to build that inner strength within you. That's the warrior spirit. That even in your worst times, you pick yourself up. No matter what, you pick yourself up, because God won't let you down. And once again, we're not speaking on religion. I have my personal opinions about religion, but me personally, I feel like religion is also a part of the reason why people are where they're at right now. I'm not going to get too deep into that because, once again, it is religion, so I never want to offend anybody because I don't know your beliefs. I don't know how you see it, so I'm going to avoid that right there. But what I am going to say is that religion or not, like if you're religious or not, there's one higher power. There's always that one inner voice that everybody has, but not everybody is able to hear. And like I said, that's the voice. That's the spirit that's within you. Everybody has a spirit within them.
Yep.
Some people just let it go a lot earlier. You feel me? So Just always focus on being on the present moment. There is this 3-3-3 rule that I've learned over time. When you feel like you're in a bad way and you feel like you're just overwhelmed and clouded by emotions, stop for a second. I'm not saying to not think of anything, because your mind is gonna run wild. Allow your thoughts to flow. This is what we call sitting in the fire, right? It's like a warrior sitting down in a fire, right? But he's not allowing the fire to consume him. He's just around the fire. The fire is the negative emotions that's around you. Everything bad, telling you what you're not, telling you what you have to fix, the fear of the future, what you've done in the past, everything that's not good for you. It's clouded judgment. We are our own worst critique. Believe it or not,
yes,
we criticize ourselves worse than any other human being on this earth. Anybody could judge us, and it wouldn't matter, because how we judge ourselves is what we see. It's what we hear every day. You feel me? So when you're at that point in time in your life, sit down for a second and just breathe. Close your eyes and breathe. The 3-3-3 rule, I believe that's how it goes. It's just 3 things you can smell, 3 things you can see, and 3 things you can touch. And if you want to add another 3 in there, another 3 things you can taste. And it's helping your mind focus on the moment, on what you see at that moment, what you feel at that moment, what you smell at that moment. And like I said, even if what you taste at that moment, but it's being in the moment. So it gets to a point when you do that, you're allowing your mind to drift off of the negative emotions and all the negative feelings that you're feeling at that point in time, and you're only focused on the now. It's hard. No one said it's gonna be easy, know. And that's the same thing with life. Life is not gonna be easy on you. It's gonna be very hard. It's gonna be complicated and full of challenges, but you got to be willing to go through those obstacles every time and get stronger every time. You feel me?
If you need somebody to help you out, you need somebody to talk to, bring it to the podcast, man. If you close by or whatever, you have our email. This is gonna go out. You're gonna know our email. If you've seen it on Facebook, or if you got a topic about something that a lot of people don't understand or don't know what you going through versus other people, hit us up, man. We could try to help you out, man. I mean, we a different type of podcast, man. Like we ain't here to.
It's no judgment, man. Like I said, we have episodes where we goof around, where we talk mad crap. You feel me?
Yeah, but we true though. Like I want people to understand. Like when we do podcasts though,
it's still true. Yeah,
we do goof around.
We do goof around, but
we
do
still
speak truthful. Yeah, like we speak truth and how our opinions are.
Yeah,
whether if it comes off aggressive or not, that's just how we are, bro. Like we're human. You feel me? That's what we do. But we're bringing us who we are to this podcast, and we want people to join on. We want people to join with us, and we've been doing it. We've been having the most greatest people on the podcast so far that I didn't think we would get to this point. You know, one of my dreams, I'm gonna say one of the things I actually want to do, for real as a career, is I want to be a personal trainer.
Well, that's
but good. I want to be a different type of personal trainer, man. I'm a natural bodybuilder. I don't take any I don't take any substances or any steroids or anything, So the type of program that I want to run is for naturals. But there's a pandemic going on right now in the gym. Believe it or not, where 90% to 98% of people are taking steroids.
Right.
They're depending on a drug, man, and the reason being is because a lot of people have this thing called body dysmorphia, and believe it or not, I still have it every now and then, but I've learned to maintain it, where basically you could be big, or you could be athletic, you could be a certain size naturally, and even if you're juicing up, you're not satisfied with what you see externally, and the reason being is because internally there's something wrong with you, and you choose to ignore your insides and only care about the outsides. And what I mean by that is that, people let their insecurities really show, and they get to a point where they let it overcome them, where they lean on a drug to fix them up. That's their fix. That's what you call a fix. And a lot of young people now, young men and young women, mostly young men that I know, inside the fitness industry, they do that. They juice up, and this is an example I'm giving you of how bad it gets. You feel me? If you allow the negative to overcome you, to speak louder. So the program I want to run is where I want to speak up for young men who want to be a bodybuilder, you know, or who want to just lift and be strong and fit, and excuse me, and feel that way too. I want you to feel strong. I want you to feel confident in yourself, even as a natural. You feel me? Because that's what I'm doing. I had a chance to take steroids. I had steroids in my hands at one point in time, and I didn't take it. You know, that was my crossroads where I had a choice and where I wanted my life to go down, and I chose to be natural, man. I have a bloodline that runs in addiction, that runs in poverty, and I don't want to be the person to bring back that generational curse. You get me? So
that's good, man.
So I want to be I know I'm going to be that person one day to help someone, even if it's just one person, to help them see a different perspective. I want the person to feel internally good about themselves, great, you know, that they know that they're not going to need any substance or any drug whatsoever to define them and tell them what they are and what they're not, you know. And because I know I've done it. What I mean by I've done it, if I've overcome that insecurity in my life, you know, and I want to be able to bring that mentality to someone else.
That's good. You're trying to help. You're trying to help other people, man.
But I want to help them in a different way, man. Yeah. If you want to be strong, I can get you there. If you want to lift weights, you want to lift a certain, I can get you there. But you got to be willing to be patient, to be patient with me. And time, the most powerful forces you could ever have in your life is patience and time. If you don't have that on your side, then you're not strong, truly. You know, you're not a warrior. A warrior has to be willing to be patient and trust that in time that they will obtain what they want to obtain, that they will achieve what they want to achieve. But you have to trust God. You have to build faith within yourself, and you have to go through adversity. You have to go through trials and tribulations, because that's what makes you stronger. And if you're not willing to learn from every failure, then you're not strong. You're weak. You feel me? Then you let your failures define you, rather than seeing a failure and you're building off of that. And that's where your foundation is. That's what your structure is. That's why I tell people, failure is temporary failure. There's no such thing as permanent failure unless you see it like that. There's no such thing as temporary. There's no such thing as permanent failure unless you see it like that.
It's all the way. It's how the way you think about it.
Yes.
How the way you feel about it.
Yes.
So that could be a mental thing.
Yes.
And that's where we at with it. That's what we talking about. Like a lot of people going through mental problems.
Of course. Yeah.
And that's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna tell you now, what help people is find a hobby that you love. Find a hobby that you love, man. I love to lift weights. We love to make the podcast. This is therapeutic to him.
That's right.
He don't know where he would be if he didn't have this. It's our way of escape from this harsh reality, for real. I recommend everybody find a hobby, and especially go to the gym, man. I'm serious. Do whatever. You could do cardio. You could just do boxing. You could do. There's so many areas in fitness that can help you mentally here. And I see that, believe it or not, a lot of people are starting to do it now, and I'm happy because they found a way to battle the negative stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
Whether if it's in your mind or outside over here, there's always a way. There's always a way. You just have to be willing to find that way.
Well, you already
find
know.
That way.
You already know, man. We trying to tell y'all, man. We trying to give it to you. We trying to give it to you raw. You know what I'm saying? If you need any help with something,
feel free to
hit us up, man. If you need somebody to talk to, just talk. If you want people to hear you out there, we here for you, man.
Your voice matters at all times.
That's right.
Everybody's voice matters, man. And this is what this podcast is truly about.
That's right.
It's bringing your voice, because your voice matters, and bringing it onto here in front of the camera and letting the world know, everything about you. letting the world hear your voice.
That's right.
That's what I've been able to do so far, man. And I'm be honest, bro. I'm usually a camera shy person, man. You know, but I haven't been this confident, you know, until we started this podcast, man. And I feel great about it, you know. And I think it's really transformed me into this person who can speak clearly without feeling like I'm being judged. You feel me? And just really tapping into my inner voice and giving that information, that valuable information, onto people who really need it in life. You feel me?
Right.
Because you know, we're all going through things right now, man.
Everybody in the world.
Man, there's something always good at the other side. You just got to be willing to ride that wave. If you don't want to ride the wave, that's on you. You know?
Hey, and for those parents that you know, just give up on your kids, don't give up on your kids,
Never,
man.
Nah, man.
Don't give up on your kids, man. Yo, listen, man. And especially if they're young, man. They're going through young stuff. Remember when we were younger, man?
Yeah.
Try to speak to them a lot more. Try to be a friend too, man. Don't just be a parent, man. Try to be a friend, bro.
Cause then it's like you gotta, and that's what with being a parent, you gotta think outside the box.
Yeah.
By thinking outside the box is you gotta tap into yourself, into a part of yourself that is going to feel uncomfortable. But
that's right.
That's what's called trust.
That's right.
You have to trust the process.
That's right.
And I can speak for young men, for young people in this generation. Look, don't allow all the information that you see on social media to define you or to overcome you or overwhelm you. Yeah. Take a break from social media for a certain amount of time.
You have to take a break.
You don't have to permanently delete it.
Talking about that, man, take a break from social media. We're gonna get back at that. You already know it's your boy DJ Heck One. It's your boy King Lewis right here. You know Popcast. Second part to this, baby.
Want to see if it came out right?